Here we are. Welcome to Jake and Nick's Takes and Picks, baby.
That's right,
Episode
baby.
1. My name is Jake Sabula with my partner here, Nick Salvatore. Nick, how we doing today, baby?
Hey, not that great. I mean,
Why not?
my Eagles took a big loss the other night.
Wow. Already
Didn't
admitting
expect
that you're
it.
an Eagles fan, huh?
I mean, I feel like we gotta just kind of full dispose here, you know?
Well, let me start with this. How does it feel to be 0-2?
Road to Trevor Lawrence. That's what I'm thinking.
Whoa. You heard it here first, folks. The Eagles are tanking for Trevor Lawrence from your Philadelphia Eagles insider, Nicholas Salvatore.
I got the inside scoop. No big
Wow,
deal.
it's that bad after 2 games. Well, if you want me to talk about my team, we had an incredible comeback, which I turned off. The Dallas Cowboys, 1-1.
Yeah, I'm not happy about that.
Leading the division, I might add. Leading the division.
I don't think they are, Jake. I think they're behind the Washington Redskins because they have a division win.
Wow.
Yeah.
Over your Eagles, huh? Wow. That's embarrassing.
And
Anywho,
moving on. So
let's get right to it. What we're going to do today, we're going to talk about initial lines for week 3. And we're going to give a little Monday Night Football thoughts, maybe a couple bets here. I think Nick was telling me about a few props he has with the DraftKings Sportsbook. We're allowed to say that? I don't know.
I think we're allowed to here, Jake.
All right, well, let's get to it. Come on. Starting off with with a great game here. Thursday night, Miami Dolphins versus Jacksonville Jaguars. We got a thriller.
That's right up your alley, Jake. You're over there in Fort Lauderdale. How you thinking?
Yes, I am.
You going to the game?
I will not be there. There's something called coronavirus going on. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Yeah. You always forget about that.
And also, I don't care about watching Fitzmagic and Gardner Minshew.
Gardner.
No interceptions.
Gardner, I saw today, actually had
Don't give me some Gardner love. Don't give me some Gardner.
In the NFL. So, I mean, take it.
Say this again? What is it?
He's got the best completion percentage in the NFL.
Give me the average yard of completion. How about that? Probably. Does he have the most completions for negative passing yards? You got to add that in there. Completion to completion. All right, well, let's go through these quickly. Miami Dolphins are plus 2.5, over under 47.5. Who do you got, Nicky boy?
Who's home in that one?
Give me a Nick pick.
Who's home in that one?
The Miami Dolphins. No, I'm sorry, the Jacksonville Jaguars. I apologize.
The Jacksonville Jaguars are home. I'm going to go back to my boy Minshew. I think the Jags are going to take this one.
Give me a predicted score right now.
Predicted score, Thursday Night Football, usually pretty high scoring. Really? I'm going to go 31-24 Jaguars.
31-24. Gardner Minshew throwing 4 touchdown passes? Or are you giving this Robinson guy a couple touchdowns?
Look, I'm actually pretty big on Robinson. I have him starting in my lineup.
Did you pick him up in our fantasy football league?
I did. I picked him up off the waivers last week. I did not start this week, but I just made a big trade for Christian McCaffrey, so he's sitting on my bench. Gonna throw in.
Oh wow! Let's tell the people what the trade was. Come on, let's see if you get some love or you get some hate.
Well, first of all, I'm 2-0, so let's just put it that way.
Oh my God, he's 2-0.
I get the news that McCaffrey's out 4 to 6 weeks. I just hop on. Trying to get him, and there's this one guy in our league. Poor guy. He just doesn't know how to trade. I jumped on him quick, and I got McCaffrey and Galladay for Chubb and Amari Cooper. Now you might be saying, "Oh, they're so productive right now. Galladay's been out. McCaffrey's out."
Recency bias.
McCaffrey is a freak. This dude is not out 4 to 6 weeks. I guarantee. Well, I don't want to guarantee, but I bet he's back in 3 weeks.
Dr. Salvatore has cut the return time in half. I can't believe it.
That's right.
Well, we'll see how that plays out. I'm supportive of the trade. Who knows? I believe the person you traded with came in second last year. Who knows? Anywho, on to the next. You have it here. Nick Salvatore picks Gardner Minshew to win by
James
7.
Robinson.
And Robinson score a couple. Robinson score a couple. Hot take.
I'm gonna give him one. I'll give him one.
One touchdown. How many fantasy points? Over under?
In PPR?
Yep.
Let's go 17.5 over.
Wow, that's high. And he chooses the over. We will see. Thursday night thriller. All right, on to the slate of 1 o'clock games. Let's get through these quickly. I'll just read them. You pick them. Nick's picks, baby.
Nick's picks.
San Francisco 49ers. This is actually quite good. San Francisco 49ers -4.5. I don't know if we know Garoppolo news yet. Over the New York Giants. New York Giants are home. What do you think? The over-under is 41. That's low as shit.
So the Niners last week were out their best offensive player, George Kittle, and still dominated the Jets. I mean, it is the Jets. It's the Jets, to be fair.
The Jets had Frank Gore starting running back. He got a 17 on the Wonderlic. I just want everyone to know.
The Giants lost to a Bears team that, personally, I am not that big of a fan of.
You're not a Mitch Trubisky lover?
I'm more of a Nick Foles kind of guy. If you get what I'm saying here.
Again, folks, we do realize he is a Philadelphia Eagles fan. We got to consider that with all of his Eagles-related takes.
You do. I'm going to take the Niners here, -4.5. I think that they win this game pretty handedly. Giants are going to be without Saquon. You take away that threat, they're going to make Daniel Jones beat them. I don't think they have the weapons.
Agree. I completely agree. We got to know if Nick Mullins is starting. I'm not sure if we have Garoppolo news, but
that's true.
I honestly like the 49ers either way.
Hey, when Mullins came in last year, or actually it might have been 2 years ago, when Mullins came in, he played well.
Yeah, he was getting a lot of love. I remember that too, actually.
He's got the experience. I think he's a decent backup quarterback, and they'll rely heavily on that run game.
On to the next. I agree. We got 2 for the 49ers. We have the Chicago Bears at the Atlanta Falcons. Chicago Bears are +3.5, getting past the key number of 3, getting over a field goal. Thoughts?
Jake, I do not like the Bears. I don't like them. The Falcons going 0-3, they scored an absurd amount of points the past 2 weeks. They had one of the worst comeback losses I've ever seen to a pretty good Cowboys team. I'll give it to you. But
okay. Pretty good.
Ryan is looking like his former MVP self. They're scoring a lot of passes. Calvin Ridley looks like Julio Jones out there. And
wait. Can we just take a second? Did you have any Julio Jones in your drafting lineups?
I did not.
He had one of the worst days I've ever seen. He had 0 points until the third quarter, and I don't know what he finished with, but last time I looked at his score, he had 1.5. 1.5.
Calvin Ridley had 4 touchdowns in 6 quarters. This guy's on fire. They've got too many weapons. Let's not forget about Todd Gurley. I think the Falcons win by 2 touchdowns.
Wow!
A blowout.
At home too. I completely agree. I wish I didn't agree with your argument, but I completely agree there too. So we have the 49ers over the Giants. We have the Falcons murdering the Bears. You heard it here by 14. Here we go. Cincinnati Bengals +6.5 at yours truly, the Philadelphia Eagles. What do we got?
Now, full disclosure for everyone out there, I personally do not like betting on my own team, for or against.
How responsible of
I will
the man.
do it for this show.
Wow. It's been 25 years and he's having a first on this show. I can't believe it.
You know,
-6.5.
For the spread, I will take the Bengals +6.5 to lose, but they will cover the spread. Eagles win by 3.
Folks, I'm not saying this lightly. I am not saying this lightly. The Cincinnati Bengals are a lock. If Nick Salvatore is picking the Cincinnati Bengals with the points over his own team on this show, you got to lock him in. And I will agree with the Cincinnati Bengals. Wow, I can't believe it. All right, we're 3 for 3.
Who do you think's winning that game, Jake?
Correct? What?
Who wins the money line there?
I think you go either way.
Moving on.
No, I like your Eagles. On to the next. Your Tennessee Titans at the Minnesota Vikings, who have looked,
dude,
oh my God, awful.
I'll be the first one to admit it. I was huge on the Vikings last week.
I was huge on Kirk. Me too.
I thought they were going to blow the Colts out. I thought the first week was like, whatever, coronavirus, the preseason, Kirk Cousins. Like, this dude he's been one of the best quarterbacks in the league over the past 3 years. He has.
Whoa, bold statement.
Whoa, 100%. This dude has been a top 10 fantasy quarterback.
Okay, wait. So you're saying fantasy quarterback, because that's different.
Well,
if you're going to rank your top 10 quarterbacks, you can't put Kirk Cousins on there. If you're going to rank your top 10 fantasy quarterbacks
over the past 3 years, I might be putting him on there.
Couldn't disagree more, but that's for a different show.
Hey, that's a different discussion. That's a different discussion.
Discussion.
We'll agree to disagree.
So anyway, it sounds like you want Minnesota and the points.
Let's take this. The Tennessee Titans have played 2 games that they should have won by, let's say, 7 points. The Jaguars and the Broncos. And it came down to basically a field goal.
Correct.
Now, they're playing the Vikings. The Tennessee Titans win the game.
Wow!
Tennessee Titans win.
What a build-up for nothing. He says Kirk Cousins is the top 10 quarterback, and then says that the Tennessee Titans, who have won very close games, the Jags and the Broncos, are going to beat them.
Titans cover the spread.
So the Vikings are a dumpster fire, like we knew.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins.
I just cannot bet on the Vikings this week. I just can't do it.
But they're the team that could come out and win by 21.
2.5 points? I don't know.
No, but I agree with you on the Titans. I want the Titans minus 2.5. I think they win by more than field goal. On to the next. We're all in agreement. Maybe we'll get some arguments here soon. Here we have Houston Texans plus 3.5 at the Pittsburgh Steelers.
This is one of the harder games to pick this week.
I'm going to fade this betting them. Absolutely.
I'm not betting on this game, money line or spread.
No.
I cannot get a read on either of these teams.
Houston has looked very bad though, but they did play the Chiefs and the Ravens.
Yeah, I mean, you got to take that into effect. Deshaun Watson, admittedly, has not looked good. No. He's not looked good. He's made a couple good throws, but he is not.
Hopkins looks great. Maybe Hopkins was carrying him.
Maybe. The Steelers, I thought that they looked amazing week 1 against the Giants. I thought that they were going to be a top 5 team after that performance, especially with Ben back. Juju looked good. Deontay Johnson is looking even better. He
had some weird drops though, but then the second game he played good.
In the first game, yeah, but he's getting like 10 targets a game.
Yeah, he's a good number 2 receiver to have.
They look like the old Steelers. Their offense is good. Their defense looks.
You think Big Ben's been cutting back on the Big Macs?
He can cut back a few more.
I don't think he's been cutting back, but he still looks good.
Hey, he's throwing the ball.
That's true.
But it was a little concerning that Driscoll comes in against the Steelers and almost wins that game.
You could say lit him up.
Yeah.
Top 3 defense, he lit him up.
Again, Jake's fading this game. I'm fading this game. If I had to choose, I think I take the Texans.
Me too. Oh my God, we hang out too much. We're agreeing on all these picks. I'm not like let's just forget about Deshaun Watson. I don't know how you could be like that. So yeah. And the Pittsburgh is 2-0. So the chip on the shoulder is on the Texans side, but we're fading that. We'll both
see the Texans going 0-3, but you never know. Like I said, it's a tough game.
But Bill O'Brien's a meathead, so we'll see.
Another tough game next.
Rams plus 2.5 at the Bills.
Dude, the Bills, again, similar to the Steelers, the Bills looked great in week 1. Week 2 comes around. Josh Allen, honestly, surprising some people. I've seen so many people saying that Josh Allen wasn't going to be this top-tier quarterback, which he has looked like. They've got a couple great receivers in Diggs and John Brown. Mm-hmm. Cole Beasley, can't forget about your boy. And then
your boy,
the hero of the game. We gotta.
Oh!
Gabriel Davis of the Bills.
Go Knights, baby. For the audience, I don't know if you know this.
Go for it.
University of Central Florida grads. But go ahead.
We are. UCF. We'll call them UCF. We're not going with that Central Florida shit on here. That's what all those analysts.
I'm sorry.
But Gabriel, sorry, he likes to be called Gabriel. That is a guy to pick up in your dynasty leagues. I think he is going to be an amazing receiver for them. If you go and check out his game-winning touchdown catch, I'm not calling John Brown's touchdown the game winner. It was Gabriel Davis. Sorry.
Correct.
But they are the Buffalo Bills.
Absolutely.
They are playing the Rams, who decimated the Eagles, beat the Cowboys. There could have been a little pass interference debacle there, but I'm taking the Rams in this one by at least 3. So I'm taking the Rams outright here.
Agreeance again. I completely agree. Josh Allen, people were either really high on him or really low on him. And honestly, we still don't know because they played the Dolphins, and I don't even remember who they played week 1, but it wasn't affordable.
Yeah.
On to the next. The Rams look good. The Washington football team at the Cleveland Browns plus 7.5.
Wow.
Over a touchdown against Baker Mayfield, who I think is a complete and utter doucher.
I'm going to have to agree with you there, Drake.
And it transfers to the football field because I don't think he's good at all.
I don't think he's good. I don't think he's good. I think that their team, like their offensive weapons are insane. Like literally put that group on any other team, and that team is a favorite in any division.
Yeah. With Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb, Jarvis, and Odell, right?
Yeah, and they have Austin Hooper, who led tight ends in fantasy last year.
Yeah.
And he looks like Njoku.
Because Baker sucks. It's because Baker sucks.
They had like 240 yards rushing last game. Not on Baker.
I know, yeah.
Baker made a bad interception.
That's a good stat. He didn't take them to that win.
Burrow had the fumble on like the 5-yard line.
Yeah.
He got a free touchdown against the Cincinnati Bengals. Look, I don't like the Browns. I'm almost would say that Washington would even win this game, but I'm taking that plus 7.5.
A little money line sprink?
Yeah. Yeah, I think Washington might win that game.
At plus 270, getting almost 3-1. Nick likes Washington Redskins on the money line. I couldn't agree more because I think it's either that like Washington's defensive line just murders Baker and if they can't get the running game going, then they're just screwed and Washington wins. Or there's a scenario where the Browns just score a bunch of points and Haskins can't do it. But I agree.
Yeah, 100%. And a guy that both you and I are high on is Terry McLaurin. And that dude is a baller.
Love him.
I'm sure you heard about him by now, but he is underrated.
I don't know. A lot of people might still not know about him.
Yeah.
He is in our division too. So we played DFS like absolute degenerate gamblers. So.
And he's on Washington.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So we could be like 0-6 by now since we're agreeing on every single pick. And
yeah, 100%.
We are not winning games. But that's fine. We're winning gamblers in the 2020 season. That's for sure. Up next, the Las Vegas Raiders at New England Patriots plus 6.5.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest on this one. I really did not see much of that first Raiders game. I know they're playing on Monday night tonight. They're going to play against a really good Saints team, and I think that's when we'll really figure out what this team's about. Josh Jacobs looked great, obviously. Derek Carr is still kind of confused on that guy, if he's MVP caliber Derek Carr or if he's crying on the field Derek Carr. Like,
absolutely true.
Who knows? But they're playing the Patriots. I think Belichick just – I don't even say about the teams. Like, Belichick is going to outcoach this game. Plus
He's going to outcoach it by 6.5 points, though.
Plus 6.5. I think that game, the way the Patriots play, they play a close game. Like, that's how they play. Like, they play good defense. They run the ball. They score a few touchdowns here and there. I'll take the Raiders plus 6.5, but I think they lose by 4 or 5.
First disagreement. Let me throw you some stats.
Throw them to
Number
me.
1, I know that Josh Jacobs got 35 fantasy points and had a great day. But the Carolina Panthers should have me and the defensive line by myself, and I think I would have done better. Awful. They have the worst run defense in the NFL. Josh Jacobs is not going to get over 18 fantasy points. And I also think that the Pats have played 2 really good teams.
All right.
Absolutely could have beat the Seahawks. Last night. We're recording this on Sunday night. So I'm going to take the Pats to cover.
All right.
Because I also think that Belichick is just going to outcoach, not Gruden, but he's going to. I don't believe Derek Carr can just pick apart Belichick's defense. I just think they're not going to get much points.
Yeah.
First disagreement.
I could see it going either way.
We're going to keep track of all these picks. We'll see who wins by the end of the season and each week. On to the next. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. Try to move through them quickly. Jets plus 10 at the Colts. That's kind of a crazy. That's a crazy line.
Crazy. I know that they don't have Le'Veon Bell. He's out. But they do have our guy, Frank Gore.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Robbie Anderson.
Carolina Panthers, Jake. Come on. I got this.
Oh, he left. Yeah, I thought –
they have
Crowder
Crowder,
going to be back?
so he's out with that hammy. He looked good his first game. If he's back, that's a big boost for the Jets. But, again, another team in the Colts, it's almost like the Bears. Like, I don't trust them.
Is Rivers just washed?
I haven't seen enough. Like, T.Y. Hilton was non-existent. I'm really surprised that they beat the Vikings by that many points. I don't see them winning by over 10 to the Jets. I think
what was that end score?
I think they get a little something going. I'll take the Jets plus 10.
I agree. I think that's way too many points. To give Phillip Rivers, he's like I think the Chargers were like 1-6 in 3-point games, which means they had 7 games decided by 3 points or less. And I just view Phillip Rivers as like, it's a close game. I know they beat the Vikings 28-11 last week. I just saw that score. But Kirk Cousins last week literally looked like my asshole. So I have to take the Jets.
And how many games in the NFL are decided by more than 10 points? Not many.
They're all pros. Yeah. Okay. On to the next.
Yeah.
4 o'clock. Oh, that was our first 4 o'clock game, by the way. The second 4 o'clock game.
2 o'clock where I am.
Say this again.
2 o'clock where I am, Jake. Come on.
I apologize. Wow, I'm being
Be inclusive.
I think I'm being time zone racist. Time zone insensitive.
There we go. Time zone insensitive. We'll go. That's our new word.
Time zone sensitive. All right, on to the next. Carolina Panthers plus 7 at the LA Chargers.
Whew. Now,
I'm curious where you go with this one. This is just a shitstorm.
Did you watch that game? The Chargers and the Chiefs?
I would say probably 2 quarters of it. So,
Justin Herbert came into that game against the defending Super Bowl champions.
And looked
on literally, he said he found out seconds before kickoff that he was going to be the starter, and looked phenomenal.
Phenomenal, he says?
Phenomenal, Jake. He looked so good, making tight throws, decisive. He is a beast of an athlete. This dude looks like Andrew Luck. Like, he looks like Andrew Luck. He's a big guy.
Wow.
Pretty shifty. He looked really good. And if he's the quarterback in this game, the Panthers are out without Christian McCaffrey. Like,
correct.
Take away their biggest threat. They're going to make Bridgewater beat them. I don't think he's got the firepower to keep up with a Mike Williams, an Eckler, a Keenan Allen, a Joshua Kelly. I think they win big. Chargers big over -7.
So I have a question. So are you still taking the Chargers if Tyrod Taylor is playing? Because he had chest pain, so I think he'll be okay. You're not.
Awful. They looked awful with him.
You're only taking them if Herbert plays.
Yes.
Wow.
-7. I think they win the game still, but I take them -7 with Herbert, not with Tyrod.
I don't know which way to go with this. I guess I'm not going to bet this. No shot I'm betting this. But I guess if I had to pick, I'm going to take Bridgewater, the game manager, and the Panthers +7 with the points.
Okay.
I think it could be a close one, but I don't know.
I mean, it's a big spread. It's a big spread. It's a tough
game, really.
I don't like those huge spreads. They're very tough, especially around that 5 to 7 range.
Oh, my God, yeah. On to the next. Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions at Kyler Murray, possible MVP.
Yes.
The Arizona Cardinals. Detroit Lions +5.5.
So I'm a big Kyler Murray fan. I had him last year in fantasy. I drafted him this year in fantasy.
You have him? Oh, my.
He's been amazing. The dude is just an absolute baller. Like, he's a football player, like, through and through. Like, no matter what, like, the man is a winner. Like, he's got, like, that winning, like, edge to him. But so I don't want to say Stafford does, but what's up?
They went 4-12 last season. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, first year.
I'm kidding. I'm agreeing.
You know. He's a winner. -5.5. Lions get Galladay back potentially.
What's the
See, this is that 5.5. Like, I think I'm taking the Cardinals here. I mean,
-5.5.
I thought the game last week against the Packers was going to be closer than it was, and they just absolutely dominated them. They couldn't stop the run game, and with the mix of Kenyon Drake, Edmonds, and Kyler Murray all in the run game, and then you have DeAndre Hopkins on the outside. They lost Slay to my boys, but either way, I'm taking the Cardinals.
Cardinals at home -5.5. The Heat could play a factor too. In Arizona.
Yeah, they could.
God, the over is 4.
Lions play in a dome, don't they?
4.5. Yeah, they do. They do. Wow, I don't know. So the Lions are +5.5. Galladay's still questionable. They said he's looking good, but it's not confirmed if he'll be back week 3. Matthew Stafford. I just like the Lions have such an upside to me. Obviously, the Cardinals do too. I'll probably stay away with this. I'll probably stay away from this, but I'm going to take the Lions +5.5.
Okay.
I like the points again. I don't know why. I think the Packers are really good. I know they blew them out, but I think the Packers are really good. What was the score of the Cardinals game last week?
Against the Redskins or the football team? I don't know it off the top of my head. I think
30-15. So they beat the Redskins by 15. They obviously had a big week 1 win versus San Fran, but a lot of people are saying San Fran's not the team they were. I got to take Lions +5.5. On to the next. 2 disagreements. Tampa Bay Bucks -6 at Denver Broncos.
Yeah, Jake. This one maybe a week or 2 ago, I would have been taking the Broncos here, but Cortland Sutton, as of today, out for the season. Drew Lock, as good as Driscoll looked, I mean, he did come in. The Steelers weren't game planning for him. Drew Lock out for up to 6 weeks, I think, with a rotator cuff.
Is that what it is? 6 weeks, huh?
Yeah. So they're really focusing on Judy. What's their other receiver? I can't even think of it off the top. Tim Patrick. Then they have Melvin.
AK trash.
Melvin Gordon. I think Lindsey's out again this week. I'm not liking it for them. I think I'm taking the Bucks -6.
I think they're just disrespecting Brady a little bit. With all those injuries of backup quarterback and Tampa basically having no injuries, they're only giving him 6 points. I know they're away, but there's no fans. Mile High Stadium, okay, but shouldn't this if this was Bucks -9.5, would you still take it? Because I think I would.
I think maybe, yeah.
We might have to lock this one in here.
Yeah, I think that might be a lock.
Tampa -6. Completely agree. Couldn't agree more. Over under 43, very low. 3 more games. Wow, what a 425 game we have here.
Let me pause here. Let me switch the host duties here. Now, Jake, we've got the Dallas Cowboys. Skip Bayless.
Woo!
Boy. And the Seattle Seahawks.
This is where we get excited.
Debatably the baddest man on the planet, Russell Wilson. What are you thinking here?
Listen to me here.
Oh, sorry. Spread plus 4.5 for the Cowboys, minus 4.5 for the Seahawks.
I know that I can be a biased fan at sometimes. I know. But we're going to get our absolute asses handed to us. My golly gee, lock in the Seahawks with every single cent of savings you've ever had. Number 1, Dak Prescott is awful on the road. Awful on the road. He plays good at home versus bad teams. This is the polar opposite of that situation. He's on the road against Russell Wilson and the Seahawks, who have just looked incredible. And there's no shot that we're going to beat them. Absolutely no shot. I would be comfortable betting my life on it. Lock in Seahawks minus 4.5. I don't have to give any more stats. I don't have to do anything. It's okay.
You know, that is just music to my ears.
Fuck you.
I will gladly take
Leave that out.
another
Producer.
Cowboys loss because they should have lost last week. Anyway,
43.
let me give you my thought. I love this game as a football fan. Like watching there's a lot of good games this week, a lot of close games. Packers Saints, which is coming up, KC and Baltimore. Leave out the KC Baltimore game. This is the game of the week for me. It's just 2 offenses that are just hitting on all cylinders. I know the Cowboys had the fumbles, but those are fumbles. Their drives aren't – it's not like Dak's missing throws. Like, they're literally fumbling the ball. They had, like, 4 fumbles in the first half. I think it's going to be a shootout. I think it's going to be a fantastic game. Do the Seahawks win by 5 points? I don't think so. I think they win, but I think it's a lot closer than that. I think it comes down to a field goal. I think the Cowboys are going to have the ball last, and they're not going to be able to get it done.
Wow.
Taking the Cowboys.
You're giving the Cowboys a lot of credit, especially as a raging Philadelphia Eagles fan. So I'm going to go ahead and say thank you for that. But I'm absolutely sticking with my pick with the Seahawks because
fair enough.
I feel like you're comparing it to the Falcons game, and the Seahawks are just way better than the Falcons. Anywho, on to the next. Sunday night, Green Bay Packers plus 3.5, but they're at the Saints. Wow, I'm really curious what you think on this one. This is going to be a good Sunday night.
Interesting game. It's kind of like the Cowboys Seahawks, but with like the older quarterbacks. Like
it's the older Cowboys Seahawks game.
It is.
I love that.
You instead of the new wave Dak and Russ, you've got Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees.
Old and reliable.
The Packers are looking like the Rams from a couple years ago.
I like that take. I like that take for sure.
They've got Aaron Jones looking like the best running back in the league, especially after last week. He looked fantastic last year. I didn't think he was going to have the same showing this year, but clearly I'm wrong. He kind of came out of nowhere. I mean, we knew his name. We knew he had potential, but he's looking good. Devontae Adams, I think he even got hurt during the game in the third quarter.
Yeah.
They still won big in a division game, which are always close no matter what the records are.
Yeah.
Who the teams are. I think the Packers win this game. I just like them better. You got to think that Michael Thomas is maybe going to still be out, and if he does play, he's not going to be 100%. The Packers have a good defense, a good run game, and then when the run game's not working, they have freaking Aaron Rodgers. I mean, that's not to say that the Saints don't have Drew Brees, but I think the Packers are overall the better team right now, health-wise, so I'm taking the Packers.
Wow. Couple points on this. Number one, this is your second money line sprink.
It is.
3.5 points, and he just says the Packers will win outright. I like that. To me, it comes down to this. I don't put a lot of value on receiver, like on the number one receiver, when you have other good guys and a great quarterback. But in this game of two just offensive powerhouses, I think if Michael Thomas is back, I like the Saints to win, but -3.5. That's a little bit much.
Yeah, I mean,
no matter what, I like Packers with the points. I think the Packers are at least by like analysts or like people with their own talk shows. Like I'm thinking of like the Herd. He shits on the Packers all the time and Aaron Rodgers, and I still think Aaron Rodgers is a top 3 QB. I do.
When it needs to be.
Yeah, I really do. All right, so we both like the Packers. Last game, and also it honestly depends. Okay, my opinion is completely going to change if the Saints come out and lose to the freaking Raiders. Because number one, I'm going to lose a lot of money. Number two, I think the Raiders are trash. But anyway, on to the next. Oh my God, what a game.
Yeah.
Kansas City, defending Super Bowl champs, +3.5 at the Baltimore Ravens. Wow.
All right,
what
Jake. What a game is right.
Oh so, my gosh.
Monday night. When I think of Monday Night Football, I don't think of Thursday Night Football. Put it that way. Thursday Night Football, it's sloppy.
Mm-hmm.
It's 40-38. Teams just don't have enough time to rest, prepare. I mean, I'm going more on defense. On defense, you're tired. You need that more time to look at the formations, everything. This game is going to be really good. I think it is going to be a 3-point game, which makes this spread very difficult.
Correct.
You asked me if this game was in week 2. First of all, do I wish this game was week 13? Yes. We're getting it in week 3, whatever. If this is last week, I'm taking the Chiefs 100%. They looked amazing week 1. The Chargers game scared the shit out of me. The Baltimore Ravens look so good, like so good.
Who Lamar, did they last week?
The Texans blew them out, made them look terrible. Terrible. Lamar Jackson looks great. Reigning MVP. The dude is on another level. I'm taking the Chiefs because I think it's a 3-point game.
You take the Chiefs. I have a couple points that we need to tell everybody.
Hold on. Let me just explain. I think it's a 3-point game, so I think it could go either way. But since the Chiefs have the +3.5 points, even if they win by 3, they win the bet. That's what I'm taking. Or lose by 3, I'm taking the Chiefs. That's my thought process here.
You know, you really built up the Ravens side of things. So I was ready to like debunk your Ravens take, but you still took the Chiefs. So I don't really know what to say.
If it's money line, I take the Ravens.
Okay. So what I was going to say to everybody was,
because they have Justin Tucker.
This is a little bit tainted because you on Sunday were shitting your pants because the Chiefs were the last part of your money line parlay, and they almost lost to the Chargers.
I was.
Now, if that didn't happen, I think you might be bigger on the Chiefs.
I think I would. But they played the Chargers and lost.
Maybe the one-game sample size recency bias might not be the best way of looking at it, but we'll see. I like the Chiefs +3.5 as well.
You think they win?
Yeah, I'll put a money line.
Oh, there it is.
Defending Super Bowl champs.
There it is, folks.
All right, quick recap. Then we're going to hit Monday night. Then we're out of here. Agreements. Jags -2.5. Agreements. San Fran -4.5 over the Giants. Agreements. Falcons -3.5 over the Bears. Agreements. Cincinnati +6.5. Key. Nicholas bet against his own team over the Eagles. We have Titans -2.5 over the Vikings. We have Texans. No. We picked the Steelers on that one, didn't we?
No, I think I picked the Texans.
Plus 3.5?
Yeah. I said I don't see the Texans going 0-3.
We both, okay, yes, agreement, plus 3.5 Texans. We have the Rams, plus 2.5. We have the Washington football team, plus 7.5 over the Browns. We have, I like the Pats, minus 6.5. Nick's like the Raiders, plus 6.5. We both like the Jets, plus 10 against Phillip Rivers. Don't know how that line's 10. We both like, no, Nick liked the LA Chargers.
With Herbert.
I like the Carolina Panthers. We have the Lions. Nick likes. Who do you like on that one?
I like the Cardinals.
Cardinals minus 5.5. I like the Lions plus 5.5. And then we have agreements here. We have the Bucks minus 6. Ooh, I like the Seahawks minus 4.5. Nick's like the Cowboys plus 4.5. Agreements on the Packers plus 3.5 and agreements on the Chiefs plus 3.5. You have it here. Last thing, Nicholas, Monday Night Football tonight in approximately under 3 hours. Who do you got? What are your thoughts? Saints minus 4, according to DraftKings Sportsbook.
We were talking about this a bit earlier. I think the Michael Thomas loss affects the Saints more than we realize.
Yeah.
Just thinking about it now, do I think we see a lot more Taysom Hill? I think we do.
Possible captain in DraftKings?
Potential there for sure. Again, I don't know much about the Raiders. I feel like I have no idea the identity of that football team. They had too easy of a matchup in week 1. The game script flipped almost immediately because of Josh Jacobs. The Saints have a stout run D. They made the Bucks, frankly, look awful in week 1. I take the Saints minus 4.
Absolutely. That line was at 6.5.
Yeah.
So that means honestly, it could be a bunch of degenerates in Vegas who are Vegas fans bet the Raiders a bunch and just brought that line down. But we'll see. Oh my gosh, I'm smashing the Saints. I just checked the first week 1 score, and they only won by 4 to the Panthers, who are not a good football team.
No.
Oh, I'm putting $500 in the Saints. But anyway, I completely agree. Saints minus 4. You have it here, folks. Episode 1, Jake and Nick's takes and picks.
That's it.
Have a good day. Goodbye.
Go Birds.